Okay. Let's go. And at the end of this, you get a Cupid Hanzo skin. Bro, if Corbin comes down here, I'm fucked. All right. We're in. The official but non-canon Overwatch 2 dating sim. Now with 30% more punctuation. Whatever the hell that means. Are you ready to play this thing? They called it the thing. All right, I am Cheese. Your name is Cheese. Yes, it is. Let's go. It's Friday night in the big city. You could use a laugh after the week you've had. The Laugh Attic is one of the most tragically unfunny comedy clubs in town, but you love watching people bomb on open mic. Sometimes that people is you. Oh no. It's particularly dark tonight. So dark it'll make for quite the dramatic reveal when your eyes adjust and you see who is sitting at the table in the corner. So far we've established that I'm the comedian and I'm about to have a rude awakening with who I'm seeing in the audience. Eyes adjusting. Adjusting. It's fucking Hanzo. Oh my. Is that who you think it is? I don't know. Is it? It's Mercy. It's Genji. Why are there only two options? What if I wanted to see, just as a thoroughly random example, Echo? Whoa, pace yourself there. You haven't even had your first date yet. Two options are plenty for now, and maybe we'll add more dating sim opportunities in the future. Bet. We're not saying this is some kind of test version of a potentially more robust dating adventure, but we're also not saying that. Now, who do you see in the corner? I'm going with Genji, right? Like, it only makes sense. He needs healing. I can heal him. A little sus, but I'm with it. But all right. It's Genji. Look at this swab motherfucker. Ninja, cyborg, and all-around bad boy from Overwatch. No matter how many times you blink, he's still there, and you're completely... I'm gonna go fear-struck. He's holding a sword up to me. Fear-struck? Uh-oh. Why would anyone in their right mind allow a ninja with a giant katana in a comedy club? Well, it does sound like the beginning of a joke. And the only thing funnier than this would be if his brother showed up wearing a toga. Foreshadowing, perhaps? Oh, for fuck's sake. Like a fucking jump scare. Zap. Hark, do I hear the sound of a heart beating fast and the smell of sweat on your palms? I am Cupid, the hero of love in all of its varieties. It is my sworn duty to answer the cries of all who desire to love and guide them to fulfillment. You look around wondering if anyone else can see this, or are you hallucinating? Do not worry, you are the only one who sees me. Do not interfere in the mortal realm, considering me the angel on your shoulder who will point you in the right direction. Okay. Definitely the LSD. That's a definite maybe on the hallucination thing. But maybe this hallucination can help you. Now tell me, are you in love? That's just my baseline anxiety. Hold up, you Cupid, your Hanzo shoe. Nah, baseline anxiety. Anxiety and affection can sometimes feel similar, but fear not. I am here to guide you through all love's intricacies. So do you wish to win the heart of Genji? Yes, I want to win. Wait, is there another option? No, Genji. Fuck yeah. Genji. Truly. I mean, there were only two options, as you made sure I was aware. Of course, it's just that, well, to call Genji difficult would be an understatement. Yeesh, you're being really judgmental for a vessel of love or whatever. Is this because of the lore or something? The what? The Overwatch lore, you know. Genji was the younger brother Hanzo killed and felt guilty ever since. Only Genji wasn't actually dead. He was alive, but a cyborg, and Hanzo learned this, and he was still kind of upset about the whole thing, I think. Cupid looks troubled. That summary heavily favors Genji's view of the matters, I feel. But no, I'm merely saying that Genji's heart will be a difficult task. Reaching Genji's heart. Whatever you say, Mr. Grumpy Toga. Good clapback. If you wish to pursue Genji, I am obliged to help you. It is your love life, no matter how foolish. Rude. Well then, how do you think I should approach Cupid? You have to introduce yourself, of course. You cannot start down the path of romance without first speaking to him. And given that he strikes me as a selfish, immature person, I would recommend keeping your conversations focused on him. He has always struggled with the sense of self, so do your best to appeal to his interests. I hope he'll get over this hostility over Genji soon, but that's not important right now. What's important is whether or not Genji will feel any hostility towards you. With Cupid's words in mind, you build up the courage to approach Genji. Excuse me. The ninja turns to face you. The purple glow of the club neon lights illuminates his metal mask. Are you talking to me? Yeah, I just saw you and I wanted to say... What is that now? Well, say something, and remember, your choices will affect how he feels about you. So you came in, I figured I'd come say hello. Do you need... Okay. There's only one right answer here, right? I'm pretty sure this is it. I know my reputation. Oh no, he's crying. Oh no, I made Genji cry, bro. No way. It is hurtful. Oh, okay. Well, may have fucked it up square one. But also, yes, I could use healing. I warned you he'd be difficult to deal with. Anyway, I don't think I've seen you around here before. I'm Genji. What's your name? I'm Cheese. Nice to meet you, Genji. Cheese, huh? That's pretty cool. Reminds me of Cheese from the game Cheese's Odyssey. Yeah, that's it. That's the one. I love that game. My parents were actually such big fans, they named me after it. I've been playing it since I was born. I was named after the 11th century work The Tale of Genji, which is alright, but certainly no Cheese's Odyssey. I still think it's pretty cool. Thanks. Hey, did you want to sit down? The next set is starting soon. Maybe we could watch together. It's an interesting chair sound. Take a seat next to Genji and watch a few sets. You can't tell if he's ever cracked a smile, but he certainly doesn't laugh at any point. Weird energy to bring to a comedy club. But before you can spend too many minutes breaking awkward silence, Cupid returns, bringing you more helpful advice. Well, what are you waiting for? Show him you can be exciting. Go perform a set. I gotta perform comedy. For Genji, no shot. The previous comedian steps down from the stage to paltry claps. I almost said clams. To paltry claps, and when no one stands to take their place, you take the initiative to get on stage. Swallowing your nerves, you address the audience. Hello, everyone. I would be honored to share a joke with you fine people. You look out over the audience, and you see Genji looking back at you with what you would assume is curiosity. While you could make just any joke, you have to wonder what would make him laugh. Tell a joke about ninjas, tell a joke about cyborgs, tell the funniest joke you know. I have a feeling that the funniest joke that this character that I'm playing knows probably isn't that good. But I'm afraid that if I make a joke about him, he'll take it personally. Because Hanzo said he liked to talk about himself, he likes to indulge in himself. I don't know if mocking that is the right answer, so let's just go with the funniest joke. You tap on the mic, the feedback rings in your ears, and you lean close. Why did the building get arrested for vandalism? The crowd is silent. It was a skyscraper. After a pregnant pause, the crowd erupts into a wailing laughter. You told what is truly the funniest joke of all time. You are a living legend. Everyone will remember you as the genius who reinvented the art of comedy. Big. But among the crowd, one person hasn't been stricken with agonizing amusement. It's Genji. He remains just as still as you left him when he came up on stage, still saluting you with this hand motion. After signing autographs for the whole club, you return to your seat next to Genji. I'm famous now. Did you want my autograph too? What'd you think of my joke? Yeah. What'd you think, Gengo? Did you like it? Yeah, it was pretty funny, I suppose. As he says this, you're watching someone being rolled out of the club in a stretcher, quite literally dying from laughter. But I think there were other jokes you could have told. Maybe ones related to me that would have made me laugh harder. Okay, maybe I was wrong. You wanted me to make a joke about you? In front of the whole club? Of course. Maybe a long time ago I would have been too insecure in myself to take a joke, but now I'm happy with who I am, even when people poke fun at me. But I guess you couldn't have known that. We just met, didn't we? Maybe on our second date, you can learn more about me. That sounds wonderful. Genji sighs. A weight leaves his shoulders. I can't wait. Guess I'll see you again soon. He leaves, and you're left alone in the comedy club. Not for long, though, as Cupid soon reappears. I sense the buds of romance are already beginning to blossom. How do you think things went? I sense there is room to improve. You focus too often on yourself. Show more interest in him and how he views the world. What is that face he's making? When Genji reaches out to you again, he suggests grabbing dinner for your second date. He even picks out a restaurant, Cafe Azur, in Monaco, the exclusive playground of the ultra rich. Luckily, you live in the hopeful future. You can just hop on a transatlantic train and arrive in Monaco in a few short hours. Neat, huh? You arrive at the restaurant, and it looks as classy as the name might imply. A robot brings you to your table, where Genji awaits you. Please tell me he's not wearing the same hoodie he wore at the comedy club. If I owned that hoodie too, I'd wear it every chance I got. Yeah, and compliment him. Look at it. Just look at it. Even to a 5-star restaurant? Especially to a 5-star restaurant. No wonder you need my help. You take your seat across from Genji, and he seems to light up at your presence. I didn't expect to see you here. The fuck you mean? You invited me here for a date? Oh, yeah, I guess so. Anyway, how was the ride over? I slept the whole way, had lots of time for gaming. I witnessed the horrors of the deep ocean. Those transatlantic trains take you deep under the ocean, you know? Way deep. There are places that humanity was never meant to venture. The depths of the ocean harbor monsters beyond our most tortured imaginations, and more still remains to be discovered if we are truly foolish enough to search for it. Tell me, what becomes of a mind isolated beneath the crushing depths? Perhaps we, too, would mirror those tormented figures wandering the ocean floor. Were we subjected to the same conditions? Or maybe we are already monsters, and they are the ones who fear us. Just kidding. Glad to hear it went okay. You don't have much time to feel bashful before the waitron? Before the waitron returns to your table to take your order. You look over your holo menu, which is like a regular menu, but a hologram, since it's the future. You should think carefully about what you order. Maybe choose something he'd like as well. I didn't know we were sharing a dish. Come on, even your dinner is going to affect this guy's opinion of you. These dating sims are hard work. In that case, what will you order for dinner? Order Genji's favorite food. Easy. Rikamaru ramen. Let's go. Ramen pod. That's my favorite food. How did you know? How did I know? How did I know? Why was that an option by default? I learned nothing before this. Easy. It's on the official Overwatch cookbook. God, I fucking own that. Wow. In that case, I'll take a Rikamaru ramen too. Okay, so we're not splitting him food. I could have just ordered whatever I want. Why does this affect him? Actually, why? The Waitron's "we don't have that on the menu" program seems to be overridden by its "the customer's always right" subroutine, and so it takes your order back to the kitchen without complaint. That's really cool of you to order my favorite food for dinner. If there were an official cheese cookbook, I would have ordered yours too. I think it'd be a pretty short cookbook. The two of you spend more time chatting, and after a few short minutes, the Waitron brings out your meal. 2 bowls of Rikamaru ramen. It's honestly impressive that such a nice restaurant can make a dish look like it came from a cheap ramen shop. This looks just as good as the real thing from Hanamura. All it's missing is the Murloc bowl. Then it'd be perfect. Oh no, how could they forget the Murloc bowl? That's half the fun of Rikamaru ramen. Huh, let me go check with the waiter. Maybe they have Murloc bows in the back. You fetch the Waitron, expecting that Rikamaru ramen isn't just the same when it's not in branded bowls. Unfortunately, the restaurant doesn't have any Murloc bowls on hand, but they are able to draw a crude recreation on 2 of the regular bowls. When you return to the table, Genji looks completely deflated. You sit across from him, and he barely even acknowledges your presence. Even Cupid seems troubled by his sudden shift in mood. Perhaps you should check on him. Is everything okay? You seem bummed out. Genji shrugs. Sorry, another diner recognized me while you were gone. They came over to talk to me. Did they ask you for your autograph or something? No, they actually recognized me from the Blackwatch incident. Oh, they had less than kind words to share with me. Damn. Blackwatch, shake it off, man. No. Sympathize. I can't believe someone would give you trouble about it here. It's alright. I'm not proud of who I was then, but I will admit it is discouraging. I've tried my best to become a better person, but I fear my past will always haunt me. Some days it feels like there is nothing I can do to move on from who I was. It seems like you could use your reassurance. A small gesture might go a long way. Apparently even Cupid has this sense to put aside his bitterness towards Genji when he's in this state. What do you do to cheer Genji up? Hold his hand. Beat up whoever me. No. I kind of just want to take this straight south. Just absolutely fuck it up. I could just do another run through of this. I know you've been working hard to be a better person, and I know that you've come a long way from who you were before. So don't let anyone else get to you. As long as you know you're getting better, who cares what anyone else thinks? True. Genji is touched by your words. Sure, maybe you plagiarized them from the back of a self-help book, but he's not your high school English teacher, so it's enough to get him smiling again. I suppose that's true. Although, if I didn't care what they think, I still care what you think. Cheese. So thank you. Of course, Genji. Anytime. Let's eat, huh? Our food's getting cold. The two of you finally enjoy your night as it was supposed to go. You don't know how Genji eats with his mask on, but every time you look away, more food disappears from his plate. You assume it's getting into his mouth one way or another. By the time you're done eating, Genji seems happier than ever. You're glad the evening is going in a more positive direction. I wanted to ask you something. Shoot. How would you feel about going somewhere special for our next date? A 5-star restaurant isn't special. Anywhere that's special to you is special to me. That one doesn't earn you any points with Genji, but it makes him blush. And isn't that worth more than any kind of gameplay progression? I was hoping we could go somewhere that's really special to me. How would you feel about a trip to Nepal? We're traveling an awful lot. What's in Nepal? What's in Nepal? What's so special about Nepal? Oh, here it is. It's a very important place in my growth as a person. This may surprise you, but an isolated mountaintop helped me find peace. There's more to it, obviously, but I figured I could explain when we got there. Sure, I can't wait to hear all about your backstory. Okay, I'll see you there. I hope it'll be really special. I had a lot of fun tonight. Thank you again. Jeans. Another date down, with a third to come. Most impressive. Thanks. How'd you think Genji and I are doing? You are close to his heart, but you haven't reached it quite yet. Keep trying to put him first whenever possible. But there's still another date in your future. Do what you can to prepare. Do what you can to prepare. I sense this one will be the most important of all. The third date awaits. Let's go! You ascend the snowy mountains of Nepal, and the cold rudely seeps right through every layer of clothing you wore. Hard to believe that just a few days ago you were telling jokes in a comedy club, and now this is what's expected of you to keep this relationship going? As you're trudging along, Cupid appears again. Thankfully, you know his deal by now. Or you think you were seeing things thanks to the hypothermia. Jeez, I need to stress you how important this date will be. Clearly, you are important to Genji. He would not have brought you here otherwise, so just be sure you do your best this time. Thanks for all your help. Of course, even if you and Genji get difficult at times, it is my privilege to assist you on the path of love. But perhaps I should be thanking you. Whether or not Genji's heart will be yours in the end, your devotion to love is inspiring. It has been my pleasure to accompany you. Aw, Cupid, you're sounding all sappy. Don't tell me this is a teaser for the secret Cupid path of this dating sim. What? Don't be ridiculous. If there were a secret Cupid path, do you truly think that I would broadcast it so freely? Besides, a path of that nature would be difficult to unlock. You would need to say, successfully win the heart of both heroes to show me your... They did make this so that you have to do both runs. I'm kind of mad. Hypothetically, of course. But enough of this. It's time for your final date to truly begin. With Cupid's vote of confidence, you continue your journey up the mountain. Eventually, you arrive in a quaint little village. Genji is there to greet you. Honestly, you don't understand why you can't just travel together. You made it. What did you think of the hike? I wouldn't say it was easy, but it was worth it to be here with you. I'm happy you think so. There are few people who would be willing to scale this mountain to spend time with me, if you can believe that. It means a lot that you did. Anyway, I'm glad you're finally here. This place is very special to me, and I hope I can show you why. Come for a walk? Gladly you take Genji's arm. He leads you all around the village, and you can't help but bask in every sight. It's truly beautiful. Certainly not the kind of place you'd want to host a 5v5 King of the Hill style combat. But what's more beautiful than the village itself is the way Genji glows while taking you through it. Christ! recounting memories of the time he spent here. He tells you everything, from the story of how he first arrived here to the tales of his most trying meditation. Where do I see terrifying? Brain. After strolling a while, Genji takes you to the old accommodations that housed him through his time in Nepal. Though he has been absent for some time, the room is still clearly his. There's an old mattress, a Harry, and a framed photo of Genji with his brother, taken years ago. Genji goes to say something, but someone else speaks first. Genji, you've arrived. Is that... Ah, yes, it's Zenyatta. Fuck yeah. Genji, you've arrived. I hope you had a safe journey, my student. It's Zenyatta. How sad is it the only place you can get Zenyatta content these days is explicitly non-canon dating sim in that one short story. True and real. Make more Zen content. Well, maybe something will happen with that Ramatra guy soon. Oh. Bah, Ramatra. Master, it's good to see you again. Indeed, I heard you were bringing a visitor, and I hoped I could meet him. Of course. Geez, this is my master, Zenyatta. You were ready for a trek through the snow-covered mountains, but this is basically like meeting Genji's parent. Is that weird for a third date? Doesn't matter. It's happening. Now it's up to you to deal with it. It's wonderful to meet you. Give him a fist bump? Yeah, no. It's really wonderful to meet you, Zenyatta. I've heard great things. That's a lie. You haven't heard anything, but he seems to react warmly even so. Likewise, I'm glad you survived your journey here. You're going to ignore the threatening aura of that sentence and let him keep talking. It is rare for Genji to have company here. I sense he must be quite fond of you. Oh, I certainly hope so. Master, you are embarrassing me. I am sure your companionship will mean a great deal to him. He has always struggled to accept himself. Perhaps the acceptance of another will help him along this path. You never realized how much your company might mean to Genji. To think just a few nights ago you were planning to enjoy the comedy stylings of literally anyone in New York City by yourself. Now it's entirely possible you're changing the life of an Overwatch agent. I believe... Master? I sense I have surpassed my annual screen time allotment. I'm afraid I'll need to depart. Why, Blizzard? But please, take my greatest blessings and enjoy the remainder of your time here. The two of you say goodbye to Master Zenyatta, and when you're left alone, Genji's previous exuberance has gone, replaced with contemplation. Something on your mind, Genji? Just thinking about what my master said. He was being truthful, you know. Spending time with you has done a lot to help my own sense of self. This is day 3, dude. What have I done? But I have to wonder. Geez, do you really think it's possible to know your true self? Wow, to be honest, it's a far deeper question you ever would have expected from the silly dating sim you signed up for. But you've come this far, right? What's the harm in one more question? And that really is one more. I believe this is your last chance to win Genji's heart, Cheese. Use it wisely. Well, what do you think? Can one know their true self? I feel like I'm going to go with the neutral answer on this one. Because it's hopeful, but it doesn't feign like the ignorance of something, like knowing something you don't actually know. That might just be my mentality, but I feel like I would resonate with that. So I'm going to go with it. Honestly, I don't know. Maybe you can, or maybe not. But I think it's always worth a try, trying to find out who you really are. Otherwise, what's the point of it all? Okay. Not the dark path I thought it was going down. I think you might be right, you know. When I ended up like this, when my brother... He trails off. Cupid watches him intently. His brow knits with pain. I felt so much guilt. I would look at myself every day and despise the person who looked back at me. But as much as it hurt, I had to look, or otherwise I could not have grown from who I was. Perhaps I will never know my true self, but you're right. I must always try to see who I really am. Thank you, Cheese. I'm glad to know you feel the same. Boom! Look at that. Bingo! I knew it! I really enjoyed spending so much time with you lately. It's been a long time since I've allowed myself to get close to anyone. But I must admit. Admit what? I feel some guilt that you have not seen the real me. You're a bit confused. You're pretty sure you've enjoyed 3 dates with the real him. But before you can ask, he clarifies. Oh, fuck. We've been spending so much time together, and you've only seen me with my mask on. And although my mask is extremely epic, it's not the true me. It is really cool, though. I know, right? But still. Genji takes your hands into his hands. His green visor stares back at you, and you wonder what his eyes might look like beneath it. Cheese, can I show you who I really am? We go in. Of course. I love you, Genji. Puts his hands over his heart, shocked but not at all disappointed in your confession. After returning to reality, he chuckles under his breath. It's funny. It seems like I deflect anything but love. No shot, man. No fucking way. That kills me, man. And beams, but mostly love. With great care, Genji reaches for his mask. Though he hesitates, he eventually builds the strength to remove it, showing you his true face beneath. Genji, you're beautiful. If you believe so, then it must be true. It took me so long to come to terms with who I am now. Knowing you accept me makes me confident it was worth all the time. Knowing my true self loves you too, Cheese. I know my true self loves you too, Cheese. Man, of course I fucked up that line. You have embarked on the journey of love and found what you desire at the end. Love takes many forms, but it's always true. May you cherish this love with Genji forever and always. Let's go! Return to the main menu to claim. If love was my alt, it'd be fully charged. Download card. Just the reward screen. Okay. That was round 1. Well, this was goofy as fuck. But I think that was funny. I think that was really funny. I think I'm going to do the Mercy route tomorrow. Really lament on this one. Oh, man.